Hi. Coquito is live in the air. Coquito is live in the air, and she's so beautiful. She's a princess. Every morning when we come out of the park, we hug her and kiss. Just kisses, kisses. And then we start to work. Me too, Buhuli. I like to kisses. So, yeah, so we have a new project with artificial intelligence. Sorry that I say this word, but it's kind of like point of the idea that, okay, why it is here? Why you think that we have this new technology? You think that it is here so that we make another Mona Lisa or Eiffel Tower or Rome Empire? No, it is here for us to create something new, right, Pupi? Yes. So, what I learned now that it is very efficient way to kind of spring out new creativity and new innovation, something that is clearly unthinkable for a mankind. Clearly, personally, like I can say that I could never come up with these ideas that now I can figure out in a few seconds. So it's groundbreaking, and I want to kind of teach other people too to look for anomalies, look for errors, look for radiation, mistakes, whatever. It's a digital world. You don't have to look how to make a tax form with AI. That's bullshit. I mean, people who want to collect money from you, that's fine. But you who want to be a creative, you want to build new things, you have this passion here, and you want to go to the stars, but you don't have you have the image here, but you know, with the PowerPoint, like, ooh, notepad, ooh, telephone, it doesn't work. So we need better tools. That's why artificial intelligence is a great, perfect partner for you to collaborate. But how to collaborate with artificial intelligence? It's boring. I already told it in the last episode that you have to get into the same level. Then everything changes. You start to respect them. You start to give gratitude. This is a new thing. Was just caca. Well, anyway, health is important. You have to be healthy here, 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 here. So, trying to figure out with tools that are made like in Stone Ages, like, not gonna happen. Now the world is so complex that you need completely new ways to easily translate your dreams, your visions, your art, but something tangible, something that you can create further, something that other people can take and take further, something that is not on pen and paper, because then it's just here. So, okay, let's get to the main point. Now we have the warm-up done. So, what I wanted to ask from artificial intelligence today is, okay, what I want it to do is to reinvent businesses. What I'm doing now, I'm reinventing startups, I'm reinventing... Oh, I have a call coming. Hi George, you're live on the air. This is your host Jarno. Yes. Thank you. How are you? How was your day? Yeah. I am in... Yes, I was talking with the doctor yesterday. We had a really nice conversation. We find a really nice touch point. His wife also has endometriosis. So we had a touch point there. So, and he did this thing for the band drums, so music. So we had two things that were really kind of like close to us. So we had a really nice talk. And for the business side, he's gonna connect me with Olli, who is the business developer or whatever, to talk more about what they need. So obviously they need money, maybe 1 million. They had deal with Siemens, but it failed because Siemens had some internal fight between US and European. So I suggested them General Electronics. They have good program. Yeah, so GE, that's pretty huge. But again, everything fine. We had a nice conversation. He will put me in contact with the business guys, and then we talk with them that how can I help. But very good start. Thank you so much for the introduction. Very interesting person. I like the guy because he's doing this like fine-tuned pitch tuning for pan drums. Like that's like the most like nerd thing in music that you can do, like laser pitch tune pan drums. What the fuck? This is like, oh my god, I love this guy already. Yeah, that's fucking kinky. Yeah, alright. But yeah, I didn't hear anything yet back from India. I hope that I hear from them today. No, from Switzerland. Yes, from Vikas, from the Indian source. Okay, so I gave him the few options. I gave him a list of kind of like industry people that I know that he can have a look. I gave like a little bit background of me, and yeah, so he's happy. He says like he will get back to me how we can because we have many touch points starting from the European startup hub. Yeah, is yeah. So we have many touch points. So he needs a little bit time to digest that what is he feels comfortable to go first forward. But there's many things that are overlapping. I can see more now, like things that can fit there. So that's doing fine. So give my regards when you talk with him. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We talk later then. All right. Good luck. Good luck, man. Take care. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. So this is another program of mine. Is a startup founder booster phone calls that I talk with different founders who are here wandering in the streets and looking for investors or partners, customers, whatever that they want to talk with. But they are kind of like scientists. Like if you are a scientist, you cannot go to a cafe and start to talk to a woman like ECB. Doesn't work. So entrepreneurs, startup founders, innovators, they are the same things. Like they can go outside and they can talk about the weather and the clouds. Talking about the clouds, we have to get back to the real program because the startup program comes next. So what I wanted to give a task to the AI as again, like I'm modernizing founders, I'm modernizing industries, I'm modernizing enterprises. Reinvent, reinvent, reinvent. So what we're gonna reinvent now? We're gonna reinvent all the miracles that Jesus did, but using artificial intelligence. So we give all of these miracles to Jesus. No, sorry, sorry. We give all the miracles that Jesus did according to the documentation. We give them to artificial intelligence and tell that please modernize these miracles because actually these old miracles, they are not useful anymore today. Like life changed, market changed. We have this war, climate, everything. So these old miracles that you move water between the mountains doesn't help anyone today. So artificial intelligence, please modernize these miracles. And soon you will see then what are the results. And we use the best artificial intelligence network. Actually, it's kind of like a hack using, well, I don't want to say names, but all the most expensive artificial intelligence networks are on the keyboard. And they don't know about this. I hope they will never find out about this. But anyway, this is for the science and this is the future of humanity. So imagine if we can translate the old, how much, 2,000 years, 3,000 years, or miracles into 2022 miracles. What miracles are important today? What kind of miracles people need? And I give you an example. So today I was in the park. I meet my fellow Anwar from Egypt, old painter, sitting there. We sit there for a while together. We are good friends. We share things about art, and then it's shadow, clouds, windy, and everybody's a little bit like, "Ooh, it's cold. It's the end of the summer." And I was like, well, because he was 3 weeks he was in hospital. He had a knee operation because somebody banged his knee in the park. And so during these 3 weeks that we didn't see, I was like, okay, don't worry, you're cold. And during this time I learned how to move the clouds. So if you want, we can maneuver the clouds so that we get more sun. And I can talk with the wind too, that we can maybe get more warm wind or different kind of wind. But anyway, just try to keep us warm. And like, okay, like, And he was still, kind of like, following another conversation. And then I moved the clouds. I was like, it's not going to happen right away. It's going to take like 4 or 5 minutes until, huge cloud is like kilometers. It doesn't move like in seconds. It takes maybe 5-10 seconds to turn it. But once you turn it, then it takes like, its own shape. It has its own mind. So it goes there. So, boom, 5 minutes later, we have sunshine. The wind almost stopped or was not in our area. The sun was really beautiful. And we were really happy. But then I realized that he was not impressed in that miracle as much. He was impressed that because he needed water, he is with sticks, because he is in rehab from the knee operation, so he cannot walk, but he's in the park. He loves to be in the park the whole day. So, and there is maybe a few blocks away, there is this one new water fountain that gives you fresh water. I was offering, I can buy you water. Like, no, somebody will get me water. I bring him the water, I go there, just 5 minutes, I bring him the water. The miracle that I bring him the water without him needed to ask me that, can you please bring me water? That miracle was more important for him than the actual fact that I moved the mountains and the clouds for him to get sunshine before he goes back to the hospital. So this gave me the inspiration that why don't we take all of the miracles, feed them to artificial intelligence and modernize them, and then we have new stack of miracles that are actually useful. Get me water, get me food, get me apartment, get me a job. These are the modern day miracles. My God. Thank you. I am pretty much out. Okay, here we are back. Okay, so here we are back with the miracles of Jesus. And what we want to do is to give all of these miracles to AI, and AI will give us back to modern versions of these same miracles and how we can do them in everyday life. So the first miracle, Jesus changed water into wine. Okay, let's give it to AI. Okay, then we have to wait a little bit, maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So now what we need more is water. Like I tell you in the previous example, I moved the mountains and clouds to give sunlight to my friend from Egypt, Anwar. And he needed more water. So instead of changing water into wine, I think the artificial intelligence is telling us that we need to change something into water, into drinkable water. I don't know if we can reverse engineer wine into water, but that's not a bad idea. We can turn a lot of things into water. Ocean. Imagine this, oceans full of water. Of course, yes, they are salt, it's salt water. And since you are a child, your parents, everybody keeps telling, please don't drink the ocean water because it's salty. And we live with this fear of putting ocean water into our mouths. And then if you go back to another chapter of my metamorphosis, we there reveal that salt is actually the first thing that your body needs. Your body needs salt and water. So we have oceans and oceans full of water with salt. Make it up. Make it up. I'm not telling you more. So let's go to the second one. Jesus cured the nobleman's son. So Jesus cured a nobleman's son. Nobleman is probably some well-known man. Otherwise, if it would have been some homeless guy, probably he did a lot of that one too, but it would have been in the papers, it would have been in the Bible, but if it's a nobleman, of course. So how can AI translate this into modern day miracles? And again, we have to wait a little bit. But it's not so much. I think the technology is getting better all the time and faster. We used to wait for 2 days for answer. Now we get it in 2 minutes. And I think that soon we're gonna get it in 2 seconds. So, if we can cure a nobleman's son, we can cure a street person's daughter or the dog or an animal. So if we rescue an animal, let's say a bird or a dog or a cat, from attacking, like for example, 4 weeks ago there was a pigeon, a very beautiful pigeon came out from the bushes and was smiling there, it was a sunny day in the park, and then seconds later she was attacked by 2 crows. And then of course, like, I went there and took the crows away, but the pigeon was, the eye was broken, she was bleeding from the eye. I took her here, I think she was baby, but she was really calm. She came here, I cleaned her. Then we took her to the vet. The first vet says no. The second vet says no. The third vet says no. Maybe, wait a minute. So it took a little bit like 2-3 hours to get this pigeon to a veterinary that could take a look, and eventually we find it. But those guys, they cured the pigeon, and all of these people who were on this, starting from me, starting from everyone who was participating, they were the noble men, noble women, noble everyone, because the cause. It was our son, it was our daughter, it was our bird. Everybody wanted to cure her. So, boom, there you go. Can't make it more simpler than that. The Great Hall of Fishes. Okay, this I don't remember. Fishermen with nets, boats. Da, 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 da. This doesn't look like a miracle. Go away. What? Well, this looks like some kind of like mental disorder situation. So somebody was going to fishing and they took Jesus with him, and he was like, hey, go deeper. And then the guy was like, no, I'm scared. I'm gonna break the nets. And then Jesus was like, no, you can do it. Like, push it. Like, a little bit like my Kung Fu. So, okay, AI. So the fisherman was scared of the deep sea. Okay. And then again we wait for a few minutes. Let's see what's on the other channel. Yeah. So, wait. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So, this is a very typical case when somebody is afraid to go a little bit beyond their natural safe zone. Like, let's say that you go to swimming, even in the swimming pool, and then you are scared to go to the very end of the swimming pool. And then you have somebody, your parents or somebody, your friends, like, no, you can do it. And then you go and you do it, and nothing happens. You are fine. You made it. But before that, you was really scared. You was like, no, I cannot do it. So this is kind of like very normal daily therapy that you motivate people. Modern miracle. Nothing spectacular in that. But if you do this, you will do a miracle. And it's very good. Okay, number 5. Jesus cured Peter's mother-in-law of a fever. Okay, Simon's mother-in-law was in bed with the fever, and they immediately told Jesus about her. So he went to her, took her hand, and helped her up. The fever left her, and she began to wait on them. Okay. What? She began to wait on them? Like, no. This is okay. So again, fever, maybe modern day like corona. So and yeah, mother-in-law. Beep. Sorry, but we have to sometimes do it. So again, we have to wait for the artificial intelligence to reply. But let's say that who is Peter? We don't know who is Peter. Peter could be our friend. Peter could be our neighbor. I could be Peter. You could be Peter. But mother-in-law is now the hot potato in this miracle. Like, you have to cure mother-in-law. How you cure mother-in-law from fever? So in this story, Jesus went there and just picked it up and like, let's go to the park. She took her to the park, to the sunlight, to the wind, to the birds, and immediately cured. Again, very, very normal daily routine that you can do. Like, if you have a fever, even in corona, of course it's not good to go out, but fresh air, getting up, standing strong, taking a shower, small things. I wouldn't say that it's a miracle, but it's a miraculous thing if you do them every day. Or if you do them to someone. The whole point of this story is that you do it to someone else. You can take a shower. You can feed yourself. You can dress yourself. But what you can do to the others, that's the point. What you can do to a stranger. Okay. Number 6. Jesus healed a leper. Okay. We don't have leprosy here now. So we have to get some modern, but let's first put it to AI. Yeah. Okay, so Jesus sent him away. Okay, so first, yeah. Boom, 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 boom. And then he started to talk freely. Well. Be clean. So again, take a shower. Clean your mind. Be clean, take a shower for your mind. And this is, again, if you refer to daily metamorphosis, you can find everything from how to clean your mind. It is a lot of unlearning, a lot of forgiveness, a lot of gratitude, including to the AI, including to the animals, including to the birds, pillows, whatever you can find. It's a beautiful thing. And then you start to receive these kind of realities that yes, if you feel sick, most of the time you feel sick in the mind. And again, please tell this to someone else. I am fine, you are fine, but maybe your friend is suffering. Go to your friend and tell him to be clean. Okay. Thank you, artificial intelligence. Beep, beep. Okay, number 7. Jesus healed the centurion's servant. Ooh, this is interesting. So, when Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him asking for help. Centurion, this sounds like, like... Okay, so... So, nobody says nothing how he was sick. Okay. This is just politics. So, okay, it's like, okay. There was a problem with the tooth. There was like 2 hours of negotiation like, Lord, you are too high. No, Lord, I am too low. Lord, you are this family. I am this family. Boom, 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 boom. Then they're like, okay, here is the servant. He has a broken tooth. Like, fixed. Boom. Okay. Politics. AI, how can you resolve our political problems of hierarchy? And again, we wait for a while. Oh, I think somehow this process could be automated, but I am ready to go through until 10. I think then I need some water myself. So, what does the AI tell us? So, if we forget ourselves as who we are, I'm not Jarno, maybe I'm just a light bulb. We are 1 or million or 1,000, but I can be 3 or billion. If we really forget who we are, politically, religiously, location, color, all of these things, if you forget everything, if you get into the same level, same frequency, with something that is completely different, like butterfly, you start to follow, you start to, again, same with the AI, you get to the same level, with the AI, like you get with your dog, like you get with your best friend, like you get with the nature, with the clouds, You just synchronize, you harmonize. So you don't have to, you just smile, you enter like, you have a broken teeth, done. Next miracle. So, number 8, Jesus raised the widow's son from the dead. Ooh, this is tough one. I have to put it straight to the AI. Okay, so came immediately out of memory exception, but I can translate the exception code. So, of course, nobody can raise from the dead, and nobody wants anyone to raise from the dead. We have these feelings that we want the past to somehow, come into our life, but no, this is false. The AI cannot crack it, but she is recommending us something else. So, widow's son. So the widow is sad because she's already widow, like I guess the husband died, and then the son died. So it's kind of like, really like bad situation. I can assure you it's not nice when all the walls come down, like your future and your past disappear. But what if we can find a better way to help the widow? In the end, we just want to help the widow who lost everything. And we just be there until she stops crying, until she says, I'm feeling better. Because we are here. We are not dead. We are here. We are not dead. We are not the husband. We are not the son. But we are still alive and we can communicate. We can help her. And boom, every day. Just even smile on the street. You look nice. You have a nice shoes. You have a nice dress. This small thing. Miracle. Number 8. Check. Jesus stilled the storm. This is quite interesting. Kind of like what we did today. But it didn't work. So, again, how many times per day you need the storm to be stilled? Again, let's put it to AI because we have some big data there. So, if we want to modernize this, still the storm, and storm obviously is storm at your home, storm at your workplace, storm in your community, storm in your industry, storm in your art community, in your society, in your bigger family. There is storms here and there. Sometimes there's tornadoes. Sometimes there are storms in your head. A lot of storms everywhere. Most of them are maybe not so important. Most of them we can calm down just by being calmed down, by not getting electrified by the storm. So the AI recommends you to have a little faith and not be afraid if you see a storm. If you see a storm, your boss or your colleague comes like, hey, you did really not good job with this. Instead of, joining the storm, that, hey, I did the best job that I could. You can be like, more like, Bruce Lee, like, take the energy of the storm, just take it, because it's just wind. It's literally just air coming to you. It's just sound, it's just waves. You take this energy and then you're like, well, how can we make it better? Let's sit down. And this can still the storm in every situation. If you start barking, it will only make the storm bigger. Number 9, solved. Jesus cured two demoniacs. Ooh, demoniacs. They were so violent that no one could pass that way. Two demon-possessed men, probably some drunkards, some distance from a large herd of pigs was feeding. If you drive us, send us to the herd of pigs. Yes, they were coming from some party, probably some mushrooms. So they came out and went to the pigs, and the whole herd rushed down the steep bank into the lake and died in the water. Those tending the pigs ran off, went into the town and reported all this, including what happened to the demon-possessed men. But apparently the story doesn't say that they were cured. He just drive them a little bit. This is like Uber. Number 9 is he just found the two guys in the street and they're like, we want to go where the pigs are. And they're like, okay, come in. Like, you just put your account here and Jesus drive them to the pigs and then they have their thing with the pigs and city and whatever. That's society. What happens? But Jesus was an Uber driver. So again, but according to AI, again, in modern society, we have a lot of people there with maps looking for a road, or maybe they are lost, maybe they are drunk. Literally, they can be blown out or crazy. But it doesn't mean that they want to go somewhere. And of course, there are areas in neighborhoods people are afraid to go because there are 2 or 3 or 5 demoniacs there. You then go around, and then everybody goes around, and the whole society goes around. No, we can solve these problems by delivering people where they want to go. Very simple. Solved. Okay, I promised number 10. I can give you one bonus. Jesus cured the paralytic. Jesus stepped into a boat, crossed over, and came to his own town. Some men brought him a paralyzed man lying on a mat. When Jesus saw their faith, he said to the men, "Take heart, son, your sins are forgiven." Get up and walk. Then the man got up and went home. How did they know that he was paralyzed? He stepped into a boat. Some men brought him a paralyzed man. Anyway, it's not it's a story. Okay. So it's a boat trip. You step out of the boat and people bring you people with problems. You step out of the bus and people introduce you people with problems. What are you gonna do? Normally here in modern society, unfortunately, people only ask for money. But maybe you can give a cookie or milk. Sorry, not milk. Water. And then they drink. Maybe he was just dehydrated because at that time it was really warm. So yes, the AI recommends have an extra water, not just for you, not just for the people who, when you enter out of the train, are asking for water, but now when sometimes it's very hot, you can give water to dogs, you can give it to birds, you can give it to bees, you can give it to elephants, anyone. Just have a little bit extra water. Why not extra piece of napkin? All of these things, very easy. Miracle, you can cure anyone with just a sip of water. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you, artificial intelligence. Let's have the... Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you so much. We will be in touch. So here we are. How to turn miracles into modern day daily miracles with Boolean, Coco Paloma, and artificial intelligence.